Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Daily Mail Cryptic Crossword for Wednesday the 14th of May. So let's get started. So with a cryptic crossword, all the clues are going to have, most of the clues are going to have two different clues hidden in them. You're going to have a straightforward crossword definition, and then we're also going to have some second clue, maybe a second definition, maybe wordplay. So let's try and find a way into this. In mount celebration outside Leatherhead. So celebration. I'm thinking that we're looking for a 5-letter word that means celebration. So let's say party, and then we are going to take Leatherhead, the head letter of the word leather, and put that inside of it. So party is outside. What would that give? Party, partly. No, okay, that is it. Ooh, partly, and that does mean not entirely. Okay, that gives us 3 crossing letters. That's actually quite a good start. Turning up. Let's assume that is turning is very positional. So let's take the word up and we'll turn it upside down. Upper class gent is discouraged. If someone is discouraged, and given that we've got the P and U, they are put off. And an upper class gent could be a toff. So that feels good. So slightly. If you don't know the word, then that's an odd one. Toff. So I'm only looking into this further because it talks about the lower class in the dictionary, first part of the dictionary definition, but I think it's because it's a negative word that would be used by the lower class to describe a rich or upper class person. But yeah, there we go, toff. So yeah, put off. Carry minute emblem. That's venerated. The word carry here is making me think that maybe this could be carrying something, like taking, could be a hidden clue. But then TEEMB doesn't mean anything. That's venerated. Something's venerated, it's applauded, it's probably not quite holy, but okay, we'll come back to that one, I think. Anticipate deposits being taken in payment. Foreseen. I don't think it's foreseen. But anticipate could be for something. So let's put that in for now. We'll have a look and see if we can get this to work. Engineers worn out went to bed. So engineers could be a reference to the Royal Engineers, an army corps, which can be abbreviated to RE. If you get worn out, then you tire. So that's in the first or second person, but if we go in the third person, he gets worn out, he tires. So we've got retires potentially, which does mean went to bed. So that feels good. Okay, so I think I can see this now. If you carry something, then you tote it. We don't really use it as a verb, I would say, anymore, but tote bag is a bag for carrying things. Tote, to carry. So tote, and then minute can be abbreviated to M, as in, you know, hours, minutes, seconds, HMS. So totem. If something is a totem, then I think we could say it's venerated. Certainly a totem is of great importance, which I think would be is reasonable. Let's have a look at totem actually. An emblem representing a clan or other hereditary totem to have a particular spiritual significance. Okay, so yeah, it feels reasonable. It's venerated. Essayists' woolly jumpers. I want to say llama, but that isn't right. Lamb, I think. I think Lamb was an essayist. And if something, we've got this apostrophe S, so ownership. So if something was that essayists, it would be lambs. And I think woolly jumpers is our definition. And yeah, it's not, you know, a woolly jumper in the putting a jumper on sense, but lambs jump around. They pronk, actually, I think is the word. Not relevant with a crossword, but let's look at pronk. It's the jump that a lamb does with where it walks with all 4 feet at once, so it just jumps. A leap performed by a springbok, or yeah. Might stop using the OED for that reason. Pronk meaning leap into the air with stiff legs. For maybe it is 4C, that S there. So what could this be there? Anticipate, deposits, or could be a deposit. And deposits, ors, taken in payment. Fee, so we've got the word ors in fee, deposits in payment. Okay, that makes sense. We've done this little section of the grid now, so we're going to rely very much on one of these two to get some more crossing letters. A diet seen to be wrong for people held in custody. A diet scene is 9 letters. If something is wrong, you want to make it right. So that could be an anagram indicator. People held in custody. People held in custody is plural, so I'd guess they would have an S on the end. We've already used the S here. Seditioners? No. I'm not seeing it. Let's try and get a couple of crossing letters. That will make it easier if it's an anagram. Dear singer, one joining cast. Dear, I'm not sure. Service provided in mountainous area. Service provided. Not sure. Terrace rebuilt. Rebuilt is definitely an anagram indicator. Terrace is definitely 7 letters, so could be for provider of food. Provider of food. Not seeing it. Again, crossing letters would be useful. Start playing tennis. To be of use. Start playing tennis. playing again could be an anagram indicator. Start is 5 letters. This is just what I'm going to say for every clue, isn't it? This could be an anagram indicator. An animal, Her Majesty, has to worry about. It's worth going to a completely different corner. Chap with Italian article. I want to say Milan. Let's have a look. So with Italian article in. So if it was man and you had an Italian article in it, ill would give you an Italian city. Now, is ill an Italian article? Does it mean one? Probably, right? Because or the, because L is French for the, and L is Spanish, so this feels plausible. Bishop going in car to dance. If something's going in something, so this could be a 4-letter word for a car, and then have a B in it. Or bishop could, because bishop can be abbreviated to B, or it could be bishop and then a word that means going in car to dance. I'm very much assuming. What would a dance be? Bop. So if, assuming that there is a B in it, it's got to go there or there, I think. Doesn't work anywhere else. Not seeing it though. Saint in Kansas is very bad. So Saint can be abbreviated to ST and Kansas can be abbreviated to KA. So like KSTA could be a piece there, because obviously it isn't. So I'm wondering if Saint could be the name of a saint. Or what if it is Saint in Kansas? ST for Saint, in for in, KA for Kansas. That doesn't feel good, does it? Stinker is just a ridiculous word. Small animal went ahead. If you went ahead, then you led. It's past tense, so the kind of went ahead is past tense, as is led, so that feels reasonable. What would a small animal be? Look displeased. Fold, cub. Calf. They try an Old Testament book. Judges. Okay. Ooh. So Judges as an Old Testament book, and Judges try. Okay, so that makes US feel more likely there. Time to follow. Time to could be, something, day, month, could be something, and then to. I'm not seeing that though. Custom. Given name of boy with elderly relative. Elderly relative could be a grandpa. How would that work? A given name. Elderly relative. Retiring. Slip inside for a drink. You retire, you leave, you... I'm not seeing that either. There's a lot here that I'm not seeing. A diet. Oh, how that could be tired, couldn't it? And actually, tired work helps out a lot. People held in custody. Dissenters? No. Dissidents? No. Because I want the S at the end, probably. A diet seen to be wrong. Detainees. Yep, okay. That's good. Hi-fi components required for one posting messages. Hi-fi components. One posting messages, you'd need a letter, an envelope, a stamper for one posting. If you post something, you put it inside. Could this be I, meaning one, inside a word for messages? Are there any cross clues we've not looked at? No, I think we have looked at all of them. Are there any down clues we haven't looked at? Quite an odd arrangement and quite an old thing. Odd arrangement very much could be an anagram indicator. Quite an, I think we're looking at antique here. Ooh, not entirely sure we didn't look at that one at some point. I guess we had no crossing letters, so it's kind of luck of the draw. Okay. People waiting in line for a letter, we hear. If you're in line, you're in a queue. Queue is a letter. We hear homophone indicator. Okay, very reasonable. Start playing tennis. To be of use. If something starts, it ensues. Do I like that? I don't know if I do. Got an anagram. Sue is an anagram of use, but I can't see. No reason to think that would be it. I feel like this is going to be really obvious when I see it. Is any chance that it isn't an anagram? Terrace rebuilt. Provider of food. Hunter, gatherer. Farmer. fisherman. Any chance it could be a fish? Got 2 letters here now. Dear singer. 1 joining cast. Something's dear than it is expensive. It is loved, it is cherished. Yes, that is the answer. So the singer, so yeah, dear is cherished, singer is share, 1 is I, and if you cast something off, cast your coat off, you shed it, so that makes sense. It gives us the letter there. Should be straight. If I know the C and the T and there's 2 R's, what could it be? I mean, that can't be an R. That could be an R. And that probably could be an R. Well, that could be. But if that's an R, I'm not seeing it. This might be a word that I don't know. Okay. Small animal. Small could be S. Which brings back 3-letter words. Cub, scubbled, scowled. Wouldn't need to be cub either, because if we're taking out small and make that S, then suddenly any 3-letter animal works. Cow gives us scowled, so that makes sense. Last offer. Last offer. Something lasts, it goes on, it holds out. Yes, holds out. Or hold out. If you last, then you hold out. If I'm going to offer something to you, I would hold it out. Bishop going in car to do dance. So I think I said that B had to go either there or there, assuming that M was right. Actually, we put it there, we can get limbo, which is a, I don't think of it really as a dance, but it is, isn't it? It's always referred to as one. Hidden stores we hear for crowds. Hidden stores. Crowds. What could a crowd be? A throng. A horde. Yes. If you HOARD something, you hide it. It's a store that you've hidden. And a horde would be a crowd. So hordes is crowds. Saint in Kansas. Very bad. Is Kansas KS then, not KA? Something's very bad, it does stink. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that actually, in retrospect. It took us a while to get there, but once we got a couple of the words and letters, it got there. Name of, given name of boy with elderly relative. I mean, this now does feel like it could be granddad, but what's that? Given name of boy with Given name of boy with elderly relative. Gerald. If we assume that the answer is elderly relative, Grandad feels very likely. Given name. Is it possible that given names can be G? Boy. Rand could be a boy's name. Rand Paul, Rand Althor. But then that gives us Gad around it. With. I'm not sure enough with only the two letters, although let's put the A in there and see if that works. Stagger from a labyrinth. Oh, we hadn't seen that before. If you stagger someone, you amaze them. Lost my train of thought halfway through there. And a labyrinth is another word for a maze. Actually, I think that's technically quite true. I think a labyrinth or a maze, one of them has only one path through and the other one has a number of paths. Okay, so that then feels like that's a checking letter for Grandad. American could be USA. Custom usage. Oh no, US for American, and then time is an age. Hi-fi component required. One posting messages. So hi-fi component, a speaker, amplifier. One posting. Retiring. Sleeps? No. If you are retiring, then if you're retiring, then you could be going to bed, but I don't think sleeps and retiring are synonymous. Slip inside for a drink. Let's try the same trick. If that was a D, what do we get then? A treadle. Why do I think that a treadle could be a thing? I'm going to look up treadle. I guess it's a treadle, kind of a pedal. Hi-fi. I don't think a treadle would be used for a hi-fi. I was thinking a treadle could be like a needle and maybe like a special bag, that one of those kind of the bags with wheels that a postman might have. One posting messages. One posting messages. Hi-fi component required. Component required could be indicating a hidden, but I can't see that anywhere. One posting messages. Elderly. If you're elderly, you could be old. Is there a word for a relative? Or not even a relative? If something is relative to something, it could be nearby, positionally situational. That has too many letters, surprisingly. Given name of boy. No, I've got it. The elderly relative is not your granddad, it's just your gran. And the name of a boy could be Ted. And that gives you granted, which means given. Now, given that this is granted that this is granted, it gives us a T here. So what could this be then? One posting messages. Posting a message, what do you need? A website, a message board. Hi-fi component. What would a hi-fi component be? One posting messages. Not seeing that. The hi-fi component required for one posting messages. We've got two corners here. I think as soon as we get one of these, we're likely to get the other because of the crossing letters. I think the same might be true up here. Like if we get this one, maybe it's a little bit more difficult. But if we kind of get this, maybe this one becomes difficult because then we've got middle letters. But if we get this, then we've kind of got, this should become easier. Same with this one. And then yeah, so if you start playing tennis, tennis to be of use. What could tennis be doing in there? Is there a word that they use at the start of a tennis game? Game. Kickoff. Like the tip-off is the start of a basketball game, and the kickoff is football. So there could be a word that is serve. Yes, that is it. It's not so much start the game of tennis, but the start of a point, you make a serve, and if something is of use, it's of use as a pencil, it will serve as a pencil. Okay. Oh God, this is really bad that I can't get this now. I mean, there's 24 options at this point, but if we assume that can't be an R, then that dramatically takes it down. What have we got up here then? Service provided in mountainous area. Rescue. Mountainous area. A mountainous area is hilly, it's peaky, it's a mountain pass? Mountain passage, no. The service is provided, it's undertaken, it's... The word in there's no way that can be a hidden clue, is there? Because the only S there doesn't fit with the A. Mountainous area. Alps, Andes. Himalayas. Service provided, rendered, performed. An animal Her Majesty has to worry about. Her Majesty could be ER, Elizabeth Regina, in which case we might want although worry about could be an anagram indicator, but I can't see how that would work. With the ER in, and to worry something, I was thinking, oh, I did briefly think badger. If you badger someone, then you irritate them, you worry them. But that doesn't work because for the reading that I'm giving, we want a 4-letter word for an animal rather than the full thing, the full word meaning an animal. An animal has to worry about concern. An animal Her Majesty has. If something has something, that could be inside of it. So could there be an animal here? If you worry about something. How can I not get this one? I've got 3 of the 7 letters and that cannot be an R. CRT, not a word. That cannot be an R. Provider. Something's a provider, the same word could be there. Oh God, it's a critter? No. It's a caterer. An animal Her Majesty has to worry about. Okay, what if it's Her Majesty and then a word meaning to worry that's around that? Animal Her Majesty has to worry. If you have to worry, you worry, you are concerned. Retiring. Retiring. Slip inside. for a drink. Slip inside. Is there any chance that that could be the inside of the word slip? For a. Doesn't feel likely, does it? Inside for a drink. If you're retiring, you're shy. Could be shy. What would slip inside? If you slip, you yeah, that looks right actually. If you're retiring, you're shy. If you slip, then you will put inside shy, giving sherry, which is a drink. Hi-fi component required for one. Tweeter. If you post messages on Twitter, you are a tweeter. And I think a tweeter is part of a hi-fi. I think it's the little smallest bit of the speaker. There's the high, very high elements. Service provided. I think I'm going to call time on this. Let's go for this one. Reveal this one and see what we've got. Massive. Okay, so so I had some good thoughts then. I think I suggested that service could be mass, provided in the same way as I was saying as, if, and a massif presumably is a mountainous area. I don't think I've ever heard it used in that way before. Yeah, a compact group of mountains. So what have we got here then? An animal. What animals? I mean, the F doesn't feel like it can be part of Her Majesty anymore, does it? And HM doesn't work, so we're back to thinking about ER. What it was. What could fit there? Forger. That doesn't do anything. An animal. Do we think the animal could be about? Okay, so at this point, I'm thinking it is more likely to be Her Majesty in a word to worry about. I.e. to worry is about Her Majesty. Exactly what? Feel? For real? No. I don't think I'm going to get it. Let's put that. Alright, let's check it and see what we see which letter was wrong. Okay, so I feel reasonable in the ER, but what could that be then? Let's reveal and see. Ferret. Why is that? Oh, because if you worry about something, you fret about it. I don't feel bad about not getting massive. That feels like it was a tricky word. And I did a lot of the right thinking. I just had no idea what the word was. But ferret, I think, should have been very, very gettable, actually, given where we were. I think I was just a bit frustrated toward the end. Okay, well, we've learned a couple of things. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And, yeah, join you again next time for another one. And hopefully it goes a little bit better. Yeah, two reveals. Not proud of that one. All right, till next time.